Those Damn Ross Kids is a podcast for adults, and the opinions expressed do not reflect the opinions of our employers or even ourselves. We'd like to hear from you. Give us a call at 419-528-TDRK to leave a voicemail, and we just may play it on the show.
Chris,
what?
I make my own beer. I cut my own hair. I'm going to learn how to hunt so I can, kill my own food. Way I sees it, man only needs three things: meat, beer, and looking good.
You couldn't survive outside for an afternoon.
Those Damn Ross Kids, a conversation between brothers, featuring Kris and Kole Ross.
Hey, Chris, what episode is this?
Episode number 93 of the comedy podcast, Those Damn Ross Kids.
My name is Kole Ross, and you are?
I'm Chris.
And we are here to entertain your asses. Best hold on to them, those butts, because
It's been a minute.
We're coming for them. To them, it's only been a week, so maybe 2 weeks.
Been longer than that, though.
For us, it's been longer for us, but it's been
2 weeks for them.
It's been 2 weeks for them, yeah. But we only missed 1 week.
Okay,
this isn't going to make.
I'm not going to argue with you,
Chris. This isn't going to make sense to somebody who listens to this in perpetuity throughout time.
But you're wrong.
What?
You're wrong.
How am I?
Because it's going to be 13 days
Chris, I know that I'm technically wrong. However, this saga, the Dark Tower, they went from 1994 for book number 4. Book number 5 came out in 2003. What of it, right? That's the kind of saga that we're dealing with here, right? A Stephen King level Dark Tower saga. Hey, Chris, tell me a story.
Can I give you some advice?
I would love some advice, Chris. I don't know how to live my life.
I'm not going to see. It's not me giving you advice. It's advice that I read and I want to share with you.
Okay, I'll accept this.
Okay, I want to give you some advice about sexting.
Okay, yeah, no, I am desperately, Chris. I would say that my sexting game is not right.
No, it is. You are coming, but not correct.
I am not coming correct vis-a-vis the sexting. So lay some science on me.
All right. Hey, don't use abbreviations.
Oh no, anything that leaves room for interpretation or vagueness, that's problems.
It's important that you use full words and speak verbatim. Okay? If you don't, it makes you look lazy. And who wants to be in bed with someone who's lazy?
I don't. I certainly don't.
Okay. Number 2, don't use big words. His dick don't understand big words. Number 3.
There are Chris, there are many ways that I do not fit in with normal humans. And one of them is my dick only speaks big words.
Oh, and by the way, this advice it assumes that you were sexting with a man. I made that clear with the dick thing, but I guess I should have prefaced that.
Okay. You don't know me.
It says using big words or innuendos might throw him off, especially when the dude has no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Hey, be playful. For instance, if he says he got a new shirt, you can ask him how big it is.
How is that playful?
I don't know.
You've been.
If he's into you, he'll interpret it in a naughty way, therefore making him initiate the actual sexting if he's into it. So let me tell you, bitches, quickly.
Okay,
he's gonna sex with you whether he's into you or not.
Yeah.
That's not a test.
No, it's not.
Like just pass.
It's been a rough couple months with you, hasn't it?
It's a pass fail, and the fail button's broken.
Been a rough couple of months, hasn't it? You've been not had the wherewithal or the time or attention to make yourself some steak and a spinach salad. So you've been hitting up the old KFC, huh? Went from the L to the XL, huh? Oh wow, okay,
yeah. Oh wow, that's yeah.
How big's that shirt? You fucking slob.
How big's that shirt?
You goddamn homunculus. You know.
I don't know. Hey, want a sext?
want a sext? You fucking mook. Ugh.
Hey, then you need to be accurate. You need to be wary of autocorrect because nothing ruins the mood more than an ill-placed, incorrect word.
I want to play with your clock.
It's important to be very, very focused.
You have to. You got to proofread that shit.
You
son.
have to focus so much, like it's not fun.
Like this is
because it's hard work. It's hard work. It's hard work teasing that dick with the button.
Or teasing that button with a dick.
Hey, what are you going to do?
No. You need like NASA level mission control. If there aren't people in thick glasses and pocket protectors proofreading every single text you're sending, I'm sorry. Is it text? Do you send a text or is sext a verb?
Sext is it depends on if it's evidence or not.
Is he a teenager and are you Elmo?
Yeah, exactly. Foreshadowing.
No, I didn't pick that story because it depressed me.
Oh, that's too bad. But hey, number 5 is you need to know your audience, and I think that in this the 23rd, 24th century we're in, it should be pretty evident that if you send something, it's going to be shown to someone else at a job interview. Like that's going to happen. Like calling hours for your dad. I mean, that's where that's going to come up. It's going to come up on the screen, like you on his lap when you were 3, and then that text you sent. You wanted to twirl my clock.
Chris, did you know that it's illegal to sext while you're crossing state lines?
No.
It's not. It's a funny law, though, right?
They're imaginary lines.
Chris.
Hey, you need to know when to stop. So in other words, if the person that you're sexting with stops responding, you should not say, "Why did you stop messaging? Where did you go? Why did you leave me high and dry?" Wink.
No, it should be like if somebody
why did you leave me
disengaged,
shaking and wet?
No, it should be like if somebody like disengages sexually. Like if okay, good night. You just text them. I open up YouPorn.
Hey, why'd you leave me all foaming and seizures?
I open up YouPorn.
Because if you said
bone.
Like, hey, there's so much foam and I'm seizing.
What the fuck?
That makes you seem desperate.
I'm seizing.
I'm foaming and seizing.
Foaming at the mouth like rabid?
Yeah, like a rabid sexter.
Like a rabid sexter. Sextaholics Anonymous. I cannot stop typing ASCII boobs, parentheses, @ parenthesis. Wait a minute, what's that? 8 equal D? Oh shit, there's a tilde at the end. It's coming. What is it coming on? Wait a minute. Less than sign, pipe, colon, dash, smell. Oh, he's coming on a clown. Oh shit. I need to call my sponsor.
Someone get me some capital O == capital O.
What the fuck? What is that?
Toilet paper.
We live in...
And last but not least, delete your history.
Oh, for fucking real.
Because there's like nothing worse than accidentally.
Like... than accidentally like letting somebody like, oh yeah, you can use my phone, man.
Yeah, because like you're probably a whore. Like so, there's you're gonna get them mixed up. Like in one conversation, maybe you're doing a little bit of I don't know, cock and ball torture, and the other one you're doing a little bit of cow play.
Cow play?
Cow play, yeah.
What can you define cow play for me, Chris?
It has to do with blackface and dairy.
What's the blackface have to do with it?
I don't know. It's a really racist situation. It's gratuitous. It serves no purpose.
I didn't invent it. I just run the web ring.
That's all I do. I didn't invent it. I wrote the rules, but I was hired to do that.
I was the technical writer that they brought in to write
because I was tired of shit getting out of control.
Wait a minute. Let's pump the brakes here. Wowzers, Chris, we live in a new modern age.
We live in a world. We live in
a world.
You say that Chris, we live in a world.
No, we live in a society.
We live in a society.
We live in a society.
We live on a world in a society.
Chris, consider the majestic bumblebee who communicates solely through dance, right? By shaking that big fuzzy bottom. Right? We, as a human species, are much like the bumblebee, except instead of shaking our big fuzzy bottom, we, just talk about the things we would do to a lady if given, adequate time and attention.
Several shopping bags and a rope.
Oh, man.
A bottle of scotch and some time.
And a friend loved you. He loves Sexting. Said all you needed was scotch and time.
You know what I love when I break into someone's house? A good junk drawer. You can torture a woman for hours with a good junk drawer.
You take the D batteries out of the sex toy and you insert them in her bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put them in your sock.
It's like when I was up in Shawshank, Red always told me, get busy sexting or get busy, sitting on some D batteries.
Sure.
He was a fucked up dude.
Sure. Now zip tie my balls.
Zip tie my balls.
Why, Red? I get things, but it ain't free, Andy.
Oh, man. Hey, Chris, since we're talking about the gender politics between a man and woman, let's take a look here. A new study published in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin has revealed that a man's smile has the power to make a woman more subordinate. More subordinate.
Really?
That thing you said was awful. This was determined in a set of experiments that examined the body language of female test subjects. Women were found to like a man more if he smiled, even if he smiled after making an overtly sexist statement. This is a result of women being more in tune with body language than men.
I just think that that's probably accurate.
What do you mean?
Well, I know you haven't seen Mad Men.
Even though I told you to watch it.
Even though I told you many times to watch it. It's almost over now. But I think that's accurate.
Yeah, no, I
don't think we ever left 1960.
No, we're rapidly backpedaling to that time. However, we say a lot of sexist things on this show, and
we don't mean it.
No, we don't mean it, but I still smile. That's.
But even if I wanted to mean it, and I had to set examples, I could.
If I had to set examples, I could.
Yeah, of why I would mean it if I meant it.
Well, Chris, that's just proper mic technique. I don't smile in real life because it makes me look weird.
Yeah, I don't smile either.
Yeah, no. I don't like pictures being taken of me either.
It's weakness.
It's no. Other animals interpret it as a sign of aggression because you're baring your teeth. So that's why I try to smile a toothless smile without moving my eyes.
Sure.
So I just end up looking like what's his name, Donald Sutherland at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But yeah, I try not to smile. In fact, I think that I might be slightly autistic because I cannot read body language.
Interesting.
Or social cues. How about that?
Sometimes you just don't need a human.
They keep Nobody's needed a human less than I.
One that's alive.
Hey,
Jenny
Ever
McCarthy,
seen the movie Mannequin?
I have. Yeah, I think I might have. Jenny McCarthy confesses to a unique sexual encounter in her new book, Bad Habits,
Speaking
habits by
Speaking
bad
of
colon
autism,
habits by it couldn't have been my genes. No,
I'm trying so hard not to hit the bell.
Yeah. Hey, but Bad Habits, Confessions of a Recovering Catholic. In the book, she confesses that while she was high on ecstasy, she had a sexual encounter with a tree.
Chris, do you know what that's called?
Only a dead tree, a dendrophiliac, I assume.
Okay. God damn it!
But yeah, I think I saw that B film. She said the texture felt so good that I decided to rub my head and boobs all over it. It was a tree, and I was humping it.
He was a tree. It's like Robert Evans. Yeah, he was a tree.
I was a naive 19.
I humped it.
Moved to LA.
Whatever.
At the Playboy Mansion. High on ecstasy.
Oh, man. Why would you write that?
Spraying scrubbing bubbles in my eyes and fucking trees.
Just to feel alive.
Just to feel a little bit.
Oh, man. That is,
interesting, right? Don't know where to go with that.
No wonder she's so sappy. Bleh.
I think I just pooped.
I know you just pooped. Because I know you.
Not really.
No.
Brony.
Fuck. Did you call me a brony?
I called you a brony.
Why the fuck did you call me a brony? Chris,
are?
no. What makes you call me a fucking brony?
I just saw an article that said 7 wonderful examples of bronies shopping. Or bronies hopping. I'm not sure.
Okay, can you tell me more about this article?
Well, I'd have to determine whether they were shopping or hopping. I don't know which.
I didn't pay attention to anything beyond the headline or the punctuation. No. Okay. See.
Oh wait. Apparently, it's now. Brony shopping. Nope. Still don't get it.
Okay. So bronies. Okay. So let's define our terms. A brony is a person, a male roughly my age, a male of roughly my age who enjoys the program My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic.
Really? Now, brony shopping is like photo shopping, only brony shopping. Oh. I get it now. Apparently it's now a thing for some bronies to take their pony love a step further and Photoshop themselves with My Little Pony girlfriends. Brony shopping. I call this one Pony Prom. Click through to see a few of my favorites from this collection.
I call this one Pony Prom.
This one Pony Prom. This one?
Somebody spiked the alfalfa.
This one is... How do I do this?
I don't know how you do it.
Can I...
Chris, if you stare into the abyss, the abyss will surely stare back.
Hey, the abyss will finger you. Don't stare at the abyss.
The abyss will mount you.
Don't you dare stare at the abyss. Did you get that?
We could spend an hour on this, Chris.
It's just some brony shopping. You can put it in this.
I call this one. He does look like he's about to go to prom. Look at how big that fucking tie is.
Big tie.
It's a big tie.
I like the third one.
Oh, let me go there. She's like, he's spooning that brony. Okay, that's number 2.
Third one.
Number 3, I'm sorry, Chris. Twinsies. Like, his costume.
Jinx.
His costume doesn't ring as pink female pony character. It rings as pig. He's dressed as a pig hoodie.
He's dressed like Christmas Story.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh God, 'tis the season.
It is. Oh man, he's at an art museum and she's like worshiping his ass.
Oh, this is good. See, this is interesting. This is an article about what your bookshelf means, like what's on your bookshelf or in your Kindle means on a date.
Okay.
They're saying that David Sedaris, David Rakoff, that's a thing, and Sarah Vowell. If you have those things, you could be interpreted. You're probably witty. You definitely are left-leaning, and you're likely to own a few tote bags.
Okay, like all of that is in evidence. So,
lots of Chuck Palahniuk means you're into some kink.
not really, though.
Not so much, because I have a hose reel.
Like I've got like shit tons of Palahniuk, but I'm relatively vanilla.
But it's like covered.
What?
I don't know. I mean, the idea that, if you have some Palahniuk, you're probably, you probably want to be mounted.
by a My Little Pony, by an aggressive pony. See, no, like I feel I feel disingenuous, like taking a stand against bronies, because I enjoy animation. I work in animation.
Mm-hmm.
I watch a lot of animation. I'm currently reading through the Adventure Time comics, but bronies, in my experience, and granted my only exposure to them has been on the Something Awful forums, so there's a grain of salt. Bronies tend to, instead of like taking like, hey, I like this thing that is for teenage girls, and that makes me, somebody who is accepting of, different viewpoints and things like that, they tend to be the biggest nerds, the biggest misogynists, and I have to say, I have seen a number of fan artists who have taken up the mantle of conservative bronies. So, like drawing Ayn Rand as a My Little Pony. Atlas Nade.
Sure, I think that that what I see here is probably a perfect party favor for the brony party.
The brony party.
Yeah, it's available in blue raspberry and green apple, red cherry, and a combination of red cherry and blue raspberry. It's called a party python. It's a 27-pound gummy snake that comes in at just under 37,000 calories.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And there's a picture in the advertisement. It looks like James Franco's looking at the head of this huge gummy snake like, oh my God, I'm going to throat it. And then the tail is being bitten by someone that looks like maybe Ryan Gosling and Beau Biden had a baby. He's wearing a web belt and a V-neck black tee.
Do they like say how long it is? Like, what are the dimensions on this thing?
I think that they cuddle after they finish it. I'm pretty sure. It's just big. 27 pounds? Is that even possible? 37,000 calories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, think about like a pound of chocolate, though. That has a lot of calories, right?
Sure.
I don't know.
I'd imagine.
Like just like imagine eating a pound of food. Like could you eat a pound of ground beef?
I think yeah.
Like with a spoon out of a container?
Like while cooking without knowing it.
It's like cookie dough.
I'm pretty sure.
You just grab one of those tubes of it from Meijer and you cut the end off of it and you squeeze it.
They have tubes? Oh, wait. You're talking raw. No.
Okay.
I'm thinking tubes of cooked beef? You got me all excited.
Chris, we need to edit all of this out because that's revealing my plans for the beef tube.
Beef tube. God. Could take all of it.
Oh, man.
This site, this is incredible.
I X'd out of the site.
Women, this is a site for girls.
Huh. Sorry, I've got to scratch my beard.
Or older lady folk. You read things, and it makes you angry when they start out as something like, wow, I don't know that. And then it goes someplace else. Like, for instance, and I'm gonna read this verbatim, okay?
Okay.
A man who raped an 18-year-old special needs student in the back of her bus.
Is that a euphemism?
Exactly, right? Like, I'm thinking, like, in the back of her bus. What? But that's not it. See, because she was apparently taken advantage of after he followed her onto the bus and was able to insert said member without anyone on the bus noticing.
Jesus Lord.
So, yeah. So it starts out, and you're like, what? Got her in the back of the bus, back of her bus.
It's
possessive.
That's heinous.
No, a bus. It's her bus.
That is, it's got to be your butcher. No,
yeah.
Fucking shit. Okay, let's back away from the from taking advantage of.
Okay, I'll back away, but I'm still going to stay in the same vein. Okay.
God damn it!
But it's going to get local. It's going to be focal local. Okay.
It's going to be a local.
To
Kris,
you.
Kris, think locally, act globe. No, think globally, act locally. There we go.
Sure. Yeah. In an employment ad for an optometrist. Hey, work local at the focal.
That was stupid.
A Fox TV yeah, you're stupid. A Fox TV anchor in Cincinnati, Ohio, named Tricia Mackey. Is that a person?
Yes, that is her. I've met her. She is a very nice woman.
You have met this conservative rag.
Yes.
What did you guys do?
It was at a former job of mine. I met her very briefly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say she's famous?
Local famous. Yeah. I mean.
Okay, so she's vocal.
Yeah, she's focal and local.
Okay. She's apologizing for calling MSNBC talk show host Rachel Maddow a, quote, angry young man.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's a... Wow.
I didn't say I agreed with her. I just said she was polite to me in the circumstance that I met her. She was professional, and it was okay.
But see, here's the thing: is that at some point there might have been a picture snapped of you guys, and it's going to ruin your life, like down the road,
Kris,
because you were with her.
Kris, as of the end of this episode, we've recorded about 93 hours of things that could potentially ruin my life.
Hopefully,
so
that's why I'm doing this.
So yeah,
I could do it quicker, but
that is about 3.5 days of just potential I will never get back. So like whatever some conservative news anchor does, she was nice to me. That doesn't make up for the fact that she made fun of one of my preferred television personalities, but ultimately it doesn't matter to me. An angry young boy, really. Did she do this on air?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're sorry what?
I was reading something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love how you're not even ashamed that you don't pay attention when I talk.
No, you said that your life's over.
Kris, my life has been over for a while. I am just performing a dark, lonely dance in a quiet, echoey chamber until the last light is snuffed out and I just, fade away into fucking dust.
Twinsies.
Twinsies. Oh man, I hope somebody recognizes my cry for help. Let me drink this beer.
A 22-year-old woman called President Obama the N-word on Facebook, and then told a news station that she would not mind if he got assassinated. She's been fired from her job.
Okay.
At Coldstone Creamery.
You don't fire somebody from Coldstone, Kris. They have special termination policies because those forearms, Kris, they can crush like light posts by grabbing them.
Yeah. They sing their termination form.
We don't want you to work here anymore. Doo-dah, doo-dah. You're a racist, that's for sure. Oh, doo-dah day. Where's my $2? Okay.
You're buying an $8 ice cream and you can't give me $1?
For fucking real. Like 20% ain't a lot to ask.
Oh, wait, that's right. You're a dumbass. You put gummies in ice cream.
Oh man, Kris, chocolate ice cream,
86
Oreo
gummy, some
gummy
rocks.
worms. Call it mud. Yeah.
Put some nerds on it.
Ugh. I had a nerd flurry once. It was the most disappointing thing I've ever put in my mouth.
So much rape on this women's site.
Stop it.
There's tons of it. I don't understand why they always want to focus on it.
Probably because it keeps happening. Anyway.
Well, yeah, but I don't.
Hey, Chris.
I think the sand is a good place for a head.
Chris, can we walk away from that zone, that area?
No, I didn't.
That perimeter,
I'm not
that
going
sector.
there. I'm just saying.
No,
like,
no. I'm
women,
just saying. Like, if you're fixated, I want to take you to a more surreal place, a crazier place, an internal place. Chris, can I take you to the Dream Zone?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Recent research suggests that dreams and dreaming may be profoundly linked to learning and memory. Says one researcher, the structure and content of thinking looks very much like the structure and content of dreaming. They may be the product of the same machine. This research hints to a notion that we remember things because we dream about them. We don't dream about them because we remember them. Do you get the distinction?
You got to dream to learn.
Exactly. We don't dream about things because we've learned them or remember them. We learn them or remember them because we dream about them. Okay? This is the logical conclusion of the fact that dreams are the result of our brains attempting to absorb and file away the stimuli that we have faced during the day.
It's like a vision board.
Yes, except with less bullshit and less Oprah. 2 studies corroborate this finding. First, researchers had participants play a maze video game. Not a game about corn, but like a maze, walking around in a maze, like a labyrinth. The subjects who dreamed about the maze did better on subsequent runs than those who simply thought about the maze while they were awake. Second,
Well, sure. Like if you envision doing something in sports, like if you envision yourself doing it first,
Chris,
and prepare yourself by running through it mentally, you're more successful.
No, you have to believe to achieve. If you just think about it, that ain't gonna do shit. Nobody's brains did know nothing for them, right? But dreaming
You don't care. That's a write-off, Lebowski.
That's your name, dude.
Hey, man.
So, yes. So thinking about it, no, dreaming about
93.
it. Second, researchers had subjects play a downhill skiing video game. They started out by dreaming.
Ski free.
Everybody's terrified of the Yeti.
This is way underfunded. This research lab has Packard bells. That's odd.
The subjects started out by dreaming of the game in a literal fashion, just like, oh, hey, I see myself skiing. But eventually they started dreaming in a more abstract term. So instead of dreaming about skiing downhill, they dreamed of themselves following footprints on a snowy path. Chris, in deeper sleep, the brain examines the stimulus it receives in abstract and profound ways. This hints at the possibility in the future that we could heighten cognitive function by manipulating the quality and the length of our sleep.
That explains why I always have morning wood. When I go to sleep, I think about dropping a Lincoln log in my pants.
Chris, reality is what you make of it.
I always wanted to build a castle with those.
A castle?
Yeah, it's very hard to put a point on a Lincoln log.
Like a Disney castle, like a spire? Like a
for
flying,
my pony.
Like a flying buttress for your pony?
A flying buttress for the pony.
Chris, are you aware of the Tetris effect?
Not really.
No, you're not. No, it's the idea that after you play, or more generally, after you subject yourself to repetitive, pattern-oriented stimulus, your mind continues trying to find order in it. And this is called the Tetris effect because, people who play Tetris for long periods of time, eventually, their mind starts generating random shapes that drop down into a column where they put them in. And then when they make a row, it disappears, right? You keep on playing the game afterward in your head. And it's actually been found that playing Tetris and kind of like doing this meditative Tetris zone kind of thing with it, it can actually like alleviate the symptoms of like PTSD and anxiety. It's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
What? No, you sounded dismissive. I think that's pretty cool.
No, I was trying to sound agreeing and supportive.
I was trying to sound agreeing and supportable.
Yeah, what you are.
Did you just whisper something?
No.
Okay.
Why? Are you paranoid?
Maybe I need to play more Tetris. Hey, Chris, tell me a story.
I really got to get off this site.
Fuck. You're doing real-time pre-pro, although I guess in this situation it's just pro, although it's much less than professional. I am. Cad.
All right. A handicapped New Yorker is suing 39 stores in her neighborhood for lacking wheelchair access.
Okay.
A legal crusade that some shop owners are likening to extortion. She's demanding $500 each and up to $15,000 in experts and lawyers' fees for each case.
Okay.
She says, if you think that this is a money-making scheme, you're dead wrong. Quote, I, along with anybody else with a disability, has the right to go wherever I want and to not have to be dissuaded or inconvenienced or even apologetic.
Is she wrong, dude?
She said that one shop owner said, hey, I have a ramp. You just have to let me know and I'll come out, set it up so you can get in. And she said, I'm not going to sit outside calling for somebody. I'm not going to humiliate myself. No self-respecting person is. But they do.
But who do?
People will humiliate themselves all the time.
Well, I mean, like, there's nothing more debasing and humiliating than modern human life. So,
oh, it's awful.
No, it's a wonder that we don't just fucking end it. But I mean, some people are worse off than others. So
TikTok, bud, TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, I don't know. Like put a fucking ramp in. Like, do you know how easy it is to turn stairs into a ramp?
Dude, are you trying to escalate this conversation? It's going to get heated. We're going to elevate it.
Yeah.
Stairs.
Conveyance. Oh, man.
Jeez.
Everybody wants rights. It's crazy.
My rights.
That's your name, dude.
Hey, dude. What's your name?
But some people want to take away rights. See how I turned it?
You have no right
to take away my rights. This whole system's out of order. Chris, the American National Socialist Party and the Ku Klux Klan were holding a rally in Charlotte, North Carolina, to make their views known. Chris, turns out they're anti-black and they're against immigration. We can put that issue to rest. However, instead of a traditional counter-protest, the people of Charlotte decided to show the Klansmen just how ridiculous they looked by dressing as clowns. Carrying signs that fought white power with calls for Dwight power and pictures of Dwight Schrute, white flower, pictures of flower bags, and also just white flowers, throwing around white flower petals. They showed up by the bowlful in rainbow wigs, baggy pants, and squeaky noses. Says one man in a rainbow wig at the demonstration, instead of meeting hate with hate, we're meeting hate with love. As a man in a banana suit jumps up and down, a woman talks to a news crew saying, we're dressed like clowns, and you're the ones who look funny. Chris, I was watching this video of this demonstration. It was entertaining. I like the idea. You know, I believe that the British have a term called taking the piss.
I don't know what that. No, I don't.
You take the piss out of somebody. It's taking the wind out of their sails. It's you're making fun of them.
You're cleaning with vinegar.
Yeah. You're cleaning with ammonia. And that's what it was accomplishing. However, I was looking at these Klansmen, and I was bemoaning Chris. I can't grow a mustache that doesn't look like a Klansman or a NASCAR fan.
Huh, I don't know.
Clown rally, Ku Klux Klown. That's the name of that tab. That's the name of that tab.
Ku Klux Klown. the gay clown rally. That's funny.
Chris, tell me one last story before
normally
we fuck off into the night.
They see how many clowns they can put in a Volkswagen. But at this rally, there's a guy. He's dressed up like a clown, and he figures out how many Volkswagen Matchbox cars he can put in his anus.
See how many Volkswagens he can put into the clown. He mournfully sings.
How many did we start with? You wrote it. No, you wrote it down. No, I didn't. I told you to.
Oh man, Guinness will never accept this. Number of German cars inside.
Number of German Matchbox cars inserted in one's clown anus.
Clown anus. Oh, that's fun for the whole family, Chris.
God, Parker Brothers, where you at?
Make a Pop-O-Matic game.
Hungry clown anuses.
Hey kids, it's the new Pop-O-Matic game from Milton Bradley. Hungry clown anuses. Bark, bark.
Harry Carey's alive again.
One last story, Chris. One last story.
From who?
You.
I feel like I'm being the buttress, but okay. This comes straight from from Hollywood. Hollywood. Okay. Sally Field, she's starring in this new Steven Spielberg movie, Lincoln.
Yeah.
And she's starring as Mary Todd Lincoln. Apparently, back in the day, Spielberg wanted to make this movie, and I'm talking about in 2001. And Sally Field wanted to play Mary Todd Lincoln. She happens to be 10 years younger than Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh.
She's 15 years older than Mary Todd was in 1865. Okay? So she's 10 years... She's actually 20 years old. No, 15. She's old. But we like her. We really, really like her.
She was Steel Magnolias, right?
Yeah. So ultimately, when this movie finally is come to getting made, she still wants to play Mary Todd Lincoln. And Steven Spielberg, she calls him and he says, hey, yeah, we're not going to be wearing prosthetics and the lighting will be harsh. To which Sally Field said, I don't care what I look like as long as I look like Mary Todd. And I will look like Mary Todd.
Okay.
And so this all went back and forth, and he's like, no, he's just trying to be nice. He's like, go away. You're not going to be her. Well, anyway, she convinced Daniel Day-Lewis to convince Steven Spielberg to let her come and do an audition. And so she comes into the audition, and she walks in, and she shakes Daniel Day-Lewis's hand. And she says, I looked up at Daniel Day-Lewis and said, Mr. Lincoln, to which Daniel Day-Lewis replied to Sally Field, Mother. That's what they said to each other. I felt this audible hush in the room.
Mother?
After an hour of doing a little bit of role playing as the Lincolns with Daniel Day-Lewis, Field finally won the part.
He called her mother?
Mr. Lincoln, mother. Yeah, kind of, because she could be. I'm sorry, Sal. But there are no prosthetics.
And the lighting will be harsh. Oh, man. That is Lincoln, November 9th, 2012.
That's how that came to be.
Spielberg said, "She has always been my first choice to betray all the fragility and complexity that was Mary Todd Lincoln."
You had me at mother. Oh.
That's it. We're done.
So she's old. Bye.
This has been Those Damn Ross Kids.
Hey, Cole, what can they do?
Well, instead of, in addition to keeping on listening, instead of keeping on listening, you can go to Duckfeed.tv/Those Damn Ross Kids, where you can find all of the information about this show. You can rate us or review us on iTunes. You can like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Those Damn Ross Kids. Tell your friends, all of that good stuff. Go to the Duckfeed.tv/tip jar if you're going to be buying anything from Amazon over the holidays that are quickly approaching. Next week is Thanksgiving, by the way, in case you weren't wondering. Also, it's my birthday. Anyway, that does help support the show and the network, any of those kind of things. And it doesn't cost you a single extra red cent. So that's pretty good. We recently got rid of PayPal on the site, and instead we have subscription and direct donation links through Amazon there. So if you have an Amazon account, you can give to us directly if that is your choosing. I would rather you do the Amazon link. That does just fine for us, but those options are available to you as well. Coming up here, we have some exciting new stuff happening on the network. Stand Under the Don't Tree and Riddle Me This, the video game podcast. That is no more. Instead, we are beginning a new property called The Level, which is a similar show about modern video games. And then our pal and colleague, Gary Butterfield, is beginning a new show called The Pitch, which is going to be beginning sometime here relatively soon. Chris, am I missing anything?
I think you covered more than you should have.
Okay, good night.
Night.